Welcome back, everybody. Back in the kitchen with Michelle from Lamer's Dairy, and we're doing some fun things with eggnog this morning. Lamer's Dairy, of course, we talked about that right in Appleton off 441. Just a neat place to do, other than the mall, to stop in and do some, one-stop holiday shopping, which is great. You can kind of collect certain things, and then you'll put it together in a basket or a box.
And we have the cheese boxes that we printed with our label that are so pretty, and we can put anything in it. We have some that are ready to grab and go if that's what you want to do, but we also have ones that we can make up.
And I think they're such a nice idea to send. I sent to relatives who live, in different states. They really appreciate good Wisconsin cheese and sausage. And I kind of signed a card, a taste of Wisconsin.
That's exactly right.
And people look forward to it every year. And you do the shipping, so you just come on in and you put your stuff together, and then they'll take care of the rest. We're talking about the eggnog. And besides the regular eggnog, you also have a fun flavored eggnog for the season. Tell us about that one.
We have pumpkin spice, and we actually introduced that this fall. And we're kind of toward the end of pumpkin as we phase into Christmas, and we're looking for more of the traditional eggnog. But it was a real big hit.
I bet. Pretty color? Is it kind of that pumpkin-y color?
It is kind of that faint orange, and it's really just kind of that hint of pumpkin.
What a great idea. So you can stop in store and pick some of that up while supplies last. But today we're using the regular eggnog, which again, for people who aren't familiar with eggnog, what is it exactly? I know we drink it during the holiday season, but what's all in there?
Well, it's very healthy, really. It's got some sugar in it, of course, but it is eggs and milk and cream, and nutmeg and cinnamon. So it's just a really festive product to drink or to bake with, as we are today.
So we're going to use this eggnog in a quick bread recipe, and it would go perfectly on Christmas morning with some of the mulled apple cranberry cider, or just, it makes a great gift too during the holidays.
Right.
I love gifts from the heart.
And it's so nice, gifts from your kitchen that you can make up, and it has a little bit of love in it, a little bit of Lamer's, a little bit of love. So,
all right, so let's get to it, and it is a quick bread, so it doesn't need to rise or any of that kind of stuff.
No, it is. By its word, it is quick. And actually, this was a recipe that one of our customers brought to us, which was really nice. We have if you've been to the store, it's like a family atmosphere. And actually, our store manager, Sherry, is really great there. In fact, I overheard recently there was a guest that came in who wanted to buy some milk for someone else, and didn't know what kind of milk they buy, and Sherry said, "Oh, I know that person. That person buys skim."
Oh,
so
that's
funny. The kind of place that Lamer's Dairy Country Store is.
That's neat. Okay, so the recipe, we've got some flour here.
That's right. We have 2 cups of flour. We're basically going to mix our dry ingredients together and our wet ingredients together.
Okay.
So our dry ingredients include the 2 cups of flour, and then we're going to have 2 teaspoons of baking powder. It's always important, baking powder versus soda. Make sure you read your recipe. So we're just going to go ahead and mix that in there. And then we're just going to do some nutmeg if you want to
you bet.
Shave off. I love to use the fresh nutmeg in the grater.
It makes a big difference. And you can just pick these little, guys right up at the grocery store. You don't have to go anywhere special to get it. And use a microplane or just even a box grater to get that great flavor in there. Okay, so nutmeg, flour, baking powder.
And just a pinch of salt.
Okay.
And that is, salt is over here. We have to make sure we don't mix up our salt and our sugar, right?
Exactly. Okay, there we go.
So there we go, and we can just whisk that a little bit to fluff it up. That's almost like re-sifting it.
Okay.
So then what we're going to do is put our wet ingredients together.
So does the sugar go in here or with the wet?
Actually, you're absolutely right. It goes in with the dry.
Okay.
It is dry.
Looks like, was that about a cup?
That was a cup of sugar. Okay. Absolutely right.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
And then we're going to, for our wet ingredients, we have half a cup of butter that's been melted and cooled. Okay. And you can just do that very quickly in the microwave.
Okay.
And then we need a cup of our Lamer's Dairy eggnog.
I love the glass bottles. They're so fun.
It is so nice. They're sustainable. They're returnable. It's great for the environment, great for the freshness of the milk as well. And then I'm just going to add a teaspoon of vanilla at the same time. And
one egg?
And 1 egg into our wet, and then we're good to go. We just have to get those mixed up and then put them together.
Now, Michelle, you brought along this neat little thing. I have one of these. I bought one of these last holiday season, and it's, this is going to make one big loaf or a couple of the, smaller loaves or these individual loaves.
Right.
And this is a pan that you can pick up at lots of different stores, and it's going to make 8 mini loaves, which are great for bake sales or to give the neighbor or to take into the office. So might be a fun thing to pick up this holiday season. And
that's right.
I really do. I love getting homemade cards and homemade gifts for the holidays. They're just extra special. Anybody can go out and buy something, but you know, it's taking that extra time to make something. Okay, so this smells so good.
So we're just going to add the wet into the dry, and we just want to mix it enough so that it is incorporated. We don't want it to overbeat it, or it's going to be kind of tough.
Okay, so just kind of fold it together.
That in.
Like muffins.
Exactly. It really has the consistency of muffin. It might be a little bit lumpy, but it bakes off really beautifully. And it is nice to package it in a little cellophane bag, and you could bring a little bottle of eggnog to go with it.
Sure, or an ornament or something like that.
That's right.
Now you guys have a new website. Tell us about that.
We do. We have just relaunched our website. It's lamersdairyinc.com, and you can actually there's some information about our company. It's a 100-year-old company. It's 5 generations, family owned and operated. There are 3 generations and actually a 4th coming up. Tim, the youngest of the 4 brothers who are running Lamers Dairy, has an 8-year-old Matt.
Aww.
And so he likes to come in with Daddy on Saturdays.
How fun.
But you can order our cheese boxes also online and ship them anywhere in the country. As you said, to give a taste of Wisconsin. You can just go ahead and order that right online. Well, of course, we always like to see you in the country store, but if you're a busy person like you, I know you're heading to Sturgeon Bay after the show.
Yes.
You can probably even order on your iPhone.
You know what? These days, a lot of people ordering gifts online, and that's okay as long as you get it done. Preheated oven to what temperature, Michelle?
To 350.
Okay, and then these bake for about how long?
Well, the larger one bakes about 40 minutes. Again, recipes, as you know, are always a guide.
Yes.
So what's important is to make sure that it's done well.
Okay.
And we might have a little bit of emptiness in these wells, and we'll just fill it up with water. So the recipe is really made to go in a 1-pound loaf.
Oh, that's a good tip. So if you don't have enough batter to get into all of these, you can just fill one of the little loaves with water.
Exactly. That's what I do. So it doesn't overheat the pan, but it, you're getting just the right amount. Probably 6 of these would be perfect in this pan.
All right. And here it is, all done and out of the oven. Looks fantastic. Michelle, thanks so much for coming.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate it.
And happy holidays from Lamers Dairy.
You bet. We'll be back. Stay with us.